Hi everyone. So a lot of people that come to me and ask me questions about how they can help the drinker in their life and what they can do and how they've got to their wits' end and they don't know what else to, how else to help the drinker. One of the things, like in the 12-step process, is about letting go and accepting that you're powerless over this drug. And I think it's a really good place to start, because until you're ready to let go and admit that you can't actually control the situation, no matter how hard you try, I think it's a really good place for you to, have a basis to work from. Because for as long as you keep trying to fix them and change them and get them to stop and do all of that stuff, it takes a whole lot of energy, takes a lot of patience. And after a while, I think you do that for however many years or however long it is you can tolerate it for. And then you end up in the same place, really, which is no further forward sometimes, because all along you've never been able to control it. But it wasn't until you were ready to accept that you couldn't control it. And the parallels again with the drinker and their addiction is they can't give up until they admit that they're powerless over alcohol. And so we're doing exactly the same thing. We're expecting them to do something that we can't actually do ourselves, not with the alcohol, but with letting go of trying to control them. So there isn't a fast track way of accepting that you're powerless. You've just got to be ready. You've got to, for some people, they need to have tried everything. They need to have known that there was nothing left for them to do. And they've got to the point now where they've got nothing left to give and they've got no other option than to just give up. Well, not give up, but surrender is a probably good word. So I think for any of you out there that are currently struggling with somebody's addiction, no matter what it is, working on trying to accept the situation for what it is a good place to start in terms of your own mental health, if I'm honest with you. And also, when we're trying to fix somebody and we're trying to get them to do something that at that moment in time they don't want to do, we'll just be met with obstacles and barriers, and and they can turn the situation back on you and all the stuff that follows that. And also, I think there's an element of maybe we think we know best, and that we think that we're a family member, we know what they need and want, and we know best. And again, that's the same thinking as the drinker. They think they know best. They think that they'll be able to stop drinking. They think that they'll be able to go into a pub after they've got sober and all these sorts of things. Again, it's the same thing. We have this attitude that we know best. And no disrespect, but if you don't know a lot about alcohol misuse, you probably don't know best. And that's a reasonable thing. Why would you? Why would you know if you haven't been educated about it? So try and get your head around that. I'd be interested to hear what you think, and if any of you are still in that process of letting go and accepting that you can't control the drinker, drop me a line. Love to hear from you. Take care. Bye.